Hi, welcome to the Charisma Check Podcast. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Peter Johnson, and I'm here today to play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends. Specifically, to my right...
my name's Carl Belue, playing Pip Hiltfray, a halfling fighter.
And to his right...
Adam Flynn, playing Silver Cloud Over Mountains, the Tabaxi Sorcerer Warlock and the winner of the longest name in this game.
Yes. And to his right...
Jacob Frank, playing Aizen Cruxis, a Legend Elf Paladin.
And to his right...
Nathan Wintermute, playing as the halfling Hawthorne Flaxtop, and legit Eberron rising from the Last War Artificer.
Yes. And to his right...
Chris Cass, playing Lilith, the Tiefling Witch.
Last time, when we left our heroes, they had decided to, after fending off an attack from a ghost in the manor, doing some reconnaissance, and discovering the source, potentially the source of where all these people are going missing, they went to this warehouse in the slums, killed a Catoblepus.
R.I.P. Izzy.
Yes, Izzy went out scouting and got ganked. And
Press
then
F for respects.
they made their way to a large derelict warehouse where in the center was carved out some kind of den or hovel divided into three sections with three strange-looking women standing around a stone slab of some kind, and upon it the cobbled-together form of some kind of beautiful Frankenstein, as as Adam put it. They wanted to make a deal. Aizen wanted to fight. He tried to shoot this delicious-looking creature.
I got vexed by it.
right
Could not
adjective?
do it. Failed the saving throw.
I got vexed by a sexy transsexual transvestite from
transvestite.
Transylvania.
So
Did you watch Rocky Horror specifically
Just
for
for
this?
this.
No, I've seen Rocky
I'm
Horror
just
before.
a transvestite. Anyway.
From copyright.
Hey, I only sang like 3 seconds of
come
that.
on.
We're fine.
That's copyright by YouTube standards, though.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I don't care about YouTube anymore.
Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's where we begin. So, anybody else need a refresher on anything?
We're all on the top.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes,
I'm
you're
standing
all...
there with the crossbow shield, just
Yes.
I'm 7
can't
foot.
do it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Pip is enlarged. He's about 7 feet tall.
And I'm hanging over the hole with a fireball ready.
Yeah.
Still.
And there's 3 ladies.
Yes, there are 3 women.
Well, no, there's 1 lady and 3 hags.
Well,
2.
1 androgynous person. 1 beautiful
not a
androgynous
lady.
person and 3 hags. Maybe not actual hags, maybe hags. One of them looks like kind of a haggard old grandma. One of them looks dark purple skin, kind of horns, more menacing looking. And the third one is enormous, about 8 feet tall, with all kinds of vegetation sprouting from her.
So what is Aizen feeling right now? Because he doesn't have the will to.
Yes,
he
whatever
charmed?
the presence of this thing, this golem, whatever it is so striking that you cannot bring yourself to attack it at this moment.
Am I attracted to it?
That's up to you. I'm
Oh,
not going to
Lord.
say yes or no.
Not magically attracted.
What do I roll for attracted?
That would
I
be
think that's just a personal decision.
wisdom.
I'm just gonna pull back the crossbow and just walk the other way. It's like I can't do it. I can't do it.
Aizen, come, stay here. We need you.
I can't do this.
Yeah, so at this point, the creature is kind of getting up off of the slab and stretching its body, like testing itself. It has long hair. It's like flicking over its shoulder and stretching kind of
Is
lazily.
Is it clothed?
Yes.
Okay.
It has on some kind of like loincloth looking thing, but that's it. And these hags are all facing you now. The one that looks like an old lady says, "Really, we don't want to fight, dears. We just want to talk. I promise you, this is all for you, really."
What do you mean for us?
Then the big one says, "We're trying to save the prime material."
What do you mean prime material?
Then the dark-skinned one says, "This world that you know all around you is the prime material. We come from the Feywild."
I'm going to have a little bit of an epiphany and just wonder aloud, what is this danger that you say is coming or about to befall?
Well, that depends. Are we fighting? Come now, sister. It doesn't have to be that way. Sit down. Let's have some tea. And the grandma kind of gestures towards her third of this den. And you see a table that looks kind of like a small, round, roughly hewn coffee table shudder and then begin to walk on its own over towards the three ladies. And this Frank, we'll call him Frank for now.
Frankenfurter?
Yeah, or Rocky, or whatever you want to call him. And then a tea set like floats up in the air. And then the purple skin one says, yes, that's a wonderful idea. And she walks over to Hearst and begins gathering like supplies to make tea. And then the big one starts like reaching up into her foliage and like snipping off various leaves and things.
It's organic.
Yeah. It says, yes, join us. We can talk.
I sit down with them.
Just up there where you are? Okay.
I sit down.
How long was the drop again?
It's maybe 15 feet.
Could we slide down the wall?
Yeah, it's kind of
you're big.
kind of like
Pip, you're big.
Yeah, I'm just...
it's kind of like, sloped, but you can also see there's kind of footholds like carved into it.
Okay.
You know what they say, the bigger you are, the harder you fall.
I'm going to, how big is this thing?
I'll climb down.
I'm going to climb down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to hold an object in my hand
Okay.
and ready something
Okay.
in the event that they turn violent.
Okay. What is it?
Do I have to tell you?
Well, I'm the dungeon master.
Okay,
You have to tell your dad.
I'm holding an ever-smoking bottle.
Okay, cool. So you guys climb down. Basically, where you climb down into is this darker section. It's got like cobwebs, and you can see as you're crawling down, there's like ants and spiders and things crawling around under furniture, and you can do whatever you want. There's another section that looks more swampy. There's like fungus and stuff growing in it, and large, oddly colored mushrooms. And the third section kind of looks more homey. It looks like Hansel and Gretel kind of.
I'm not going there.
Like cabin feel.
When I walk down there, I'll just sit on any available chair in that room that we're mainly in.
Okay. Yeah, you find a small kind of stool. There's no spiders on it actively, so you could sit on it.
I'm gonna, I'm just genuinely curious. I'm just absolutely speechless because I said they're from the Fae.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just right now contemplating, is like, what do they mean they're from the Fae? Is there a way home?
At this point, all of the furniture and things have converged, and they're just like busy making tea. They're not even talking. It's like a ritual. They're like getting all this together. There's a small pot of boiling water that they're stirring and dropping things into. This like smoke in the air, and it starts to smell very floral and aromatic. It smells good.
No cauldrons, right?
No, there's not a big like. No.
When's Meatloaf going to show up on a boat?
Well, Meatloaf, I guess technically would have been that half orc because they were eating meatloaf at the end. Anyway, that's enough Rocky Horror references, I guess, or not enough. I don't know. Maybe there is no such thing.
I will sidle up next to Cloud and say, Cloud, do you think their project may have something to do with our mutual interest in the Feywild?
I'm not sure, but I'm not willing to take the chance without hearing them out.
Certainly.
I'm still going to be on alert. I'm going to walk around the hole, just walking around it.
Are you
Watching.
investigating, or
I can investigate.
you're
Yeah,
going around the top? You're not.
yeah, I'm not
down?
going in
Okay.
the hole. I'm going.
Yeah, make an investigation check for me.
12 plus 4, 16.
Yeah, as you're walking around, you notice a few things, not really groundbreaking, but this was obviously a warehouse of some kind. It was obviously either torn down or just the elements slowly wore away. But now they have very clearly carved this out of the ground and made a den of some sort. You can't really tell how old it is, but there's no way this was there originally. And that's about it. Other than these 3 sections, there's really no other exits unless you count the copious holes in the ceiling and the walls.
Alrighty.
Can I watch what they're putting in the tea? Just not like overbearingly, like over their shoulder, but just watch to make sure they ain't trying to do anything weird.
Yeah, Pip knows about hallucinogenic teas.
Yeah,
now.
you do now.
I still have some on me.
I guess it's kind of a
In real life?
they're not hiding it, so I won't say you have to make any kind of stealth check. So just make an Arcana check
All right.
or survival. I guess if you're looking for like natural poisons.
Survival?
Yeah, if you're looking for like poisonous herbs or plants or
3.
yeah, you have no idea.
All right.
It's
I'm going to just casually cast Detect Magic.
I was actually going to, at the same time, casually use my wand of magic detection.
And I'm going to casually get up and start making my way towards the table, realizing I'm not going to get answers unless I ask.
so you're both going to cast Detect Magic then, basically.
Back to back.
Okay.
Like, are y'all back?
If he's okay with that.
Me and Jacob kicked down the door.
Are you trying to do it surreptitiously?
Yes, I am.
No.
No. Okay.
Big word, me not know.
Secretly.
I so badly want to cast Zone of Truth, but I don't have any spell slots.
So are you doing it just like instantly or as a ritual? Like 10-minute ritual?
I can do it at will.
Okay, yeah. So then you notice that, first of all, the 3 women and the thing are magical. You don't know what's up with these ladies, but they are basically magic in and of themselves. They radiate very strong auras.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a blend of every kind of school of magic, like a rainbow aura.
Oh, man.
The thing is definitely necromancy magic around it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you notice, since the other objects around the room are animated, they're radiating magic. The women also seem to have some objects on them that are magic. And if you focus on the Frank, he has something in him that is magic, like in his chest.
Okay.
Then you start looking around the room and doing a scan, and you can see there are some objects on shelves that glow faintly. But most of them don't have like a definite school of magic aura. It's weird. There's something about the magic of them that doesn't really resonate with the traditional schools of magic, but they are magic.
Okay.
Great.
While they're making their tea, I'll just kind of wave that off and say, I'm fairly impressed by the arcane or the arcana that you have surrounding this place. Pray tell, where do you gain this power?
Well, we are magic, dear. It's just part of who we are.
How
Yeah.
are you here?
We were banished here from the Feywild. If you sit and talk with us, we can explain.
I'll sit down
I mean, I'm sitting.
with them.
At this point, they have a very nice sterling silver tray that they have covered in all kinds of mismatched teacups and saucers. Some are cracked. Some of them actually look pretty expensive. And they start pouring tea for each of you and for themselves. And for
Sip
Frank.
the tea. I sip the tea.
It's good. It tastes like kind of like Earl Grey. It's like got a lemony taste. It's pretty strong. You could probably stand your spoon up in it. But and at this point, they say, "We were sent here against our will because, well, we discovered a plot. There is a powerful entity in the Feywild that wishes harm upon your world. Yes, he wants to, shall we say, establish a foothold in Acadia. He does not cope well with his environment. He wishes to expand He is directly defying, you might say, the Queen of Air and Darkness. But we are so far from Arctis Tor here, he kind of gets free reign.
Does this entity have a name?
We do not know. As we were discovering this plot, we noticed that other of our brothers and sisters were going missing. And then something came to us, a power we did not know, and banished us here. Yes, it was nearly 100 years ago.
You've been here for 100 years?
Yes, it has been a lonely 100 years.
When? When did you first arrive?
100 years.
But what day? What was going on?
Tuesday?
It was a Tuesday.
But the disappearances that brought us here have only been occurring for a shorter amount of time. Has something changed?
Yes, something has changed. Yes, we have found something. We found something that could help us return home.
What's this?
They kind of look at each other, and then the big one says, we must make a deal because we know that you have what we need. Yes, come now, don't try to deny it. We have agents. We have seen it.
Agents.
Never mind that.
Inside check, please.
Okay.
Can I try to make an insight check really quick?
14.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. Yeah, you can. What are you trying to determine?
Just
a general vibe.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's their intentions.
Okay.
Vibe check.
I'm trying to figure out if there's any sort of thing that I can piece a connection to my patron.
Okay.
And also, I want to was this around the same time that I fell over into the material plane?
You're about 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yep.
Eisen's questioning life right now.
So, what was your insight check, Aizen?
I got a 14.
You get the feeling they're hiding something or spinning the truth in some way. But if they are, it's second nature to them. You can't really tell what's being concealed.
Yeah, I only got a 12.
Yeah, you don't really get anything more.
Okay.
Cloud.
Look, we can't make a deal if you're not telling us the full truth.
Well, you see, we have to tell the truth. We cannot speak false words. We are Fae. It is part of our makeup.
But tell us the full truth.
The full truth is not something that you stumble upon. Yes, the full truth must be earned.
How much tea?
Come on, spill it. Spill the tea.
What is your intentions with the golem here?
When you say that, you look over at Frank.
Who's
Rocky.
also drinking tea.
Yeah, he's trying to figure these things out. There's something going on in his head. He's turning the cup weird. He's holding it by the bottom and trying to tip it up into his mouth. He doesn't really get it. But
I get up and I go to help him.
You have a Patrick Swayze moment where you're behind him.
I'm trying to get him to figure out how to use the cup.
They will say, this beautiful creature is part of our plan. You see, when we were banished, we were marked in a way. We cannot return without this entity knowing. But if we send agents, then they might go in undetected.
You would send one alone.
Oh, but he is formidable. Yes, look at him. Isn't he beautiful? Beautiful and strong.
It'd be funny if T's just running down
His shirt's soaked. He doesn't have a shirt.
What shirt?
Loincloth.
His loincloth is soaked. Ew.
His weird
With tea.
combination of fleshy parts
Thick
and
Earl
abs.
Grey tea.
Mm.
How were you marked? Were all of the residents of the Fae that were forced into the prime material plane, were they marked in the same way?
Is it a physical mark?
No, nothing so vulgar. It is a mark upon your soul.
How do you know if you have this mark?
In speaking of truth, a truth led us here. A truth that people went missing. Is your truth that they became this creature?
They'll look at each other and then say, "We used parts that were delivered to us. Yes, they came through the sewers. They were given to us by a man."
Did this man have a name or a height?
If you want more information, then we must make a deal.
Name your deal, creatures.
It is nothing too difficult. We simply must see the orrery. We must know if it has the power we seek.
That's not going to happen.
Why are you so curious, Eladrin? What mark is on your soul? Yes, is there something you wish to know? We have knowledge. We are ancient. I am old as the mountains, and I could tell you much.
Could you? Can you? Can you really tell me everything?
At a price.
I pull a bag of 10 gold.
I'm just gonna say, do it. Just do it.
Oh, nothing so vulgar, dear. Please. Money is a pittance. Keep your coins.
I pull my coins back.
Do you have the ability to sense the orrery's power through one of us?
Oh, they'll look at each other again. And then they'll say, "There is 2 pieces here. Yes, we can almost taste it. We know they are on you."
What does it taste like?
If you know about the orrery, then you know there are more pieces to it.
Yes, that is part of why we need you.
Tell me this now. Do you know of any other orrery pieces that we do not have in possession?
There are 2 more in the city.
Can you
We
locate
will not
them?
begrudge you this information, but if you want to know where, it will cost you.
What do you need to see?
A simple act of devotion. Yes, prove to us that you wish to help, and not stab us in the back.
Your truth is very long-winded. Spit it out, crones.
Once we assemble the orrery, then we can all travel to the Feywild again. But first we must send our agent and eliminate this entity. Or at least drive him away. Yes, push him back to Arctis Tor, where the mother might deal with him. He has been a bad boy.
So your plan is to send your creature into the Fey to handle this entity, so that way you may return?
When you say that and you look at him again, he's got the saucer in his hand, and he just, crushes it accidentally into, like tiny little pieces. Yeah, and he says, "Oh, whoops. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that."
He speaks?
Yeah.
He's got the perfect radio voice.
Yes, he will grow in power very quickly. His mind will return to him. Or whoever's mind it is.
So you request that we travel with your creation to the Feywild. That is your price.
That would be a great boon, yes. Or at least to help us recover the other pieces.
Who's ready for a road trip?
I'm going to recall on my dream and just internally think about whether or not this is helping or hindering the cause. Can I make an insight check to kind of...
I'm not sure if it would be insight. So you're trying to think about whether giving these hags the ability to go to the Feywild will help or make it worse.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check for me.
Oh, lots of 9s today. 12.
Basically, if these are really hags, like they seem to be, their whole deal is kind of manipulating mortals. That's where they get their kicks. That's where they get their food. whatever it may be. It's where they get their power. Your guess is if this thing is trying to push its way into the material plane, maybe it's interfering with their gig. Your feeling is that if they want this orrery and they want to stop this guy, it's for their own gain.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But it may be related just because your vision was of what looked like forces traveling, mortal and fey, back and forth from the two realms.
I will look around to the group and say, if it's a vote, I would agree to their terms.
As would I. Normal size Pip. What is your vote?
Well, we do have a decision.
Yeah, should we?
we need a 4-1 to win.
I'm afraid I cannot vote.
A refusal.
So that's 2 votes no, 2 votes yes.
No. He said he can't vote. He's abstaining.
2
abstaining.
Oh, you're abstaining. So
I'll just try to. I don't have a way of communicating this, and I'll agree. I'm still holding on to this ever-smoking bottle.
At this point, all 3 of these ladies look at Pip. Just
even the golem thing.
No, he's just kind of like
investigating things.
Yeah, he's like doing a handstand.
I mean, come on, he's like 10 minutes old.
Yeah.
I'll stand up, sip my tea. I'll sit back down. I'll mix my tea. I'll just look at everybody and say, "What do you guys think?"
They already said yes.
We got 3 for a yes.
Yeah.
1 abstain.
Make a decision. Make a decision. As I poke you with my claw.
That bad?
We get to see the Feywild, or we get
Tell
to gather
me one
more pieces.
thing before we finalize this. If we help you, will you stop taking those who live in the slums?
Or one better yet, will you give us some information as to the person delivering the parts, as to so that we can deliver this information to the people to set them at ease?
They all look at each other and they say, "We normally don't give out so much.
But you will be gaining so much in the long run."
We are asking so little of you.
You're asking us to gather lost relics.
But what have you offered us in return?
Yes, we will stop taking mortals from the city.
Yep, definitely want to check that against check their
insight.
Whether or not they're telling the truth.
Me too.
Dang it!
I got a 17.
I got an 8. I need new dice.
Don't we all? We can never be satisfied.
Anyway, 17. What'd you learn?
I got an 18.
18. Again, like I just checked earlier, do you feel like they're probably withholding something? But what the words are true.
But is their intent true? Words and
yeah, that's the gray area.
The Earl Grey area.
That's what this table is called.
I'm gonna stand up. I've decided on my vote. I've decided to vote.
You voted. You recused.
You have a deal.
Excellent. Good.
On one
Deal
condition.
it is.
On
deal
one condition.
or no?
We've already made some conditions. It's not just one.
On my condition, I must return to the Feywild.
Yes, icing on the tea cake. Very good. We accept.
Woo! A toast.
Can we get this in written contract?
So I guess you should
they
work
will
on
say-
getting.
Our word is bond. We cannot break deals. To do so would harm us irrevocably.
I will sit down my tea, open my hand, spit in it, and I'll give them out for a handshake.
The one lady who looks kind of like a haggard old grandma will and just spit this nasty greenish yellow looking loogie into her hand. This like black nailed withered hand, and reach out and shake your hand, Pip. And when she does, it is like an iron vice grip. And she says, My name is Hilda Wortknuckle, but you may call me Auntie.
I would also like to shake your hand.
Is anybody else?
Cast mage hand and like direct it over there.
Did anybody else feel a little grossed out?
A little.
I'll turn around and I'll take out my canteen of water and start pouring it on my hand where she can't see it.
So you cast your mage hand, and then the dark-skinned one reaches out and like shakes your mage hand rather delicately and says, "I am a dismal Irma Festerspittle. A pleasure."
You sure she shouldn't be Fester Spittle?
Do you have a nickname as well? Something more simple than like Auntie? Or...
You may call me Irma.
Okay.
Auntie Irma.
That'd
And
be
deep
hilarious
voice.
All right, Groot lady.
if the hand like
Then anybody shake the big one's hand? Or
I'll shake the big one's hand.
yeah. She'll say, "I am Granny Beulah Rock Joint," and she nearly crushes your hand. It's like huge.
I have strength.
Oh, that's
of
right.
25. So
Let's make a strength athletics contest.
Handshake fight.
Oh no.
Yeah, 19. Off of a 12.
Yeah, it's only a 7 because I rolled a 2.
I crush her
Yeah.
hand.
So she's like, "Oh, you are strong."
You have no
And then the potion wears. And then the potion
You
wears off.
really
And your hand
don't.
gets
It's a
crushed.
potion. Don't worry
And
about
then
it.
she like, when you say that, she leans in close to you, like almost to your ear, and says, "We could find out sometime."
Man,
And then Aizen hooks up with a tree.
how
Yeah.
many hookups do you...
Aizen's not hooked up with anybody yet. It's only been Pip.
Apparently, only
It's a
you know,
relationship.
only
Yeah.
giant,
That's not a-
only
that's not
giant
a
tree
hookup.
ladies are interested in Aizen.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And town guards.
Yeah, town guards.
Can't forget the guards.
Oh yeah, and that guard was into it.
What does she look like? What did they all look like? I need a description.
Again?
You played Skyrim? High Gravens.
Yeah, like if you picture like your typical hag, that's what
Okay.
Auntie Hilda looks like.
Okay.
The dismal Irma, it looks more like almost like a tiefling with dark purple skin and curled horns and these like kind of silken clothes, but still kind of withered looking and a little bit hunchbacked. They all look old. And Granny Beulah kind of looks like if Groot had an old lady's face, but like not as much.
Put that in
like
my
Groot's
notes.
grandmother.
Groot with old
Yeah.
lady face.
Looks like Groot's grandma, but not as, she's not solid wood. She's got skin,
Okay.
but she's got patches of weird fungi growing on
I'm
her.
sorry.
There's like
I'm sorry. I made you repeat all that.
there's like a branch coming out of one of her humps. Like,
I'm gonna say.
So we have made our deal. Where do we need to go?
Where are the pieces of the orrery?
they'll look at each other and one will say, "One of them belongs to 5 chains."
What happened to 1, 2, 3, and 4 chains? Especially 2 chains.
Oh, come now, dear, don't play so dumb.
So let's say, yeah, spark of recognition.
playing.
Spark of recognition.
Yes.
So you may be able to help us in this endeavor. 5 Chains has offered a reward for whoever is causing these disappearances. They happen to take one of my kind. Perhaps this would let us get close if you could assist us in finding who's been supplying your parts.
Oh, that would be a different deal. Yes, we would need something else for that kind of information.
Well, we get the
No.
part.
We're helping you already to find this thing.
If you give us the information,
What
this-
else
this
would you need?
Your monetary reward is nothing to do with our deal.
It's not a monetary reward.
Actually, yes, it is.
It's not a monetary reward. We need the orrery piece in order to complete our original agreement. Finding this proof would get us closer to that goal.
The deal was that we would tell you where they are, not help you get them.
So you don't really want to go to the Feywild?
Oh, we can wait. Yes, we have time, and there are many more mortals. Are you breaking our agreement so quickly?
No, just trying to find the best way forward.
Mm-hmm.
Can we borrow your thing?
Your guy.
What for?
You'll find out.
So as soon as we acquire
Look.
the pieces of the orrery,
If you do not need to tell, if you must tell the truth, I will tell the truth as well. We need it.
They'll look at each other and then they'll turn to this thing. And one will say, "What do you think, dearie? You have your own will now." "Yes, what would you want?" "What does our boy need?" And then he'll look and say, I would love to see more of the world. Well, what do you guys think? Would you have me?" And he's like standing with his hands on his hips, kind of rocking back and forth.
And the one cloth falls.
it's right at halfling level.
Well, yeah. He's still 7 feet tall.
We're just too close.
Boop.
All I hear is
Boop on the nose. No. Well, he seems willing.
Perhaps a change of clothes to be
Or
walking
just
around.
some clothes. Just some clothes. Some clothes.
Yes, of course, he must blend in. We would not deny him this. And then they'll wave, and a wardrobe will walk over, and it opens up.
Does it start singing?
No. And the teapot sings, and it opens up, and there's like several different sets of clothes that all appear to be approximately his size. And he's a pretty tall guy.
Anything that looks particularly disco-y or...
Yeah, there's some clothes that are, let's say, cut very, very close.
But bell bottoms, please.
Oh, okay. There's some nice clothes in there.
Let's go clubbing, y'all.
Yeah.
so we need to find the 5 chains.
Let's go clubbing, y'all.
Yeah. Do the cat's meow. I don't know about that. Sorry. I don't know.
Is that actually what it's called? The cat's meow?
Yeah, the club's called the Cat's Meow. That's what Jacob
Excuse
walked
me,
out.
ladies. Excuse me, ladies. I might need to bring my colleagues up to speed. Yeah, 5 Chains is the mafia boss of the Tabaxi. He runs his business out of the Cat's Meow, which is a nightclub. Therefore, we're going to dress up Rocky over there, or Frank, or whatever his name is, like he's going clubbing, and let's go clubbing.
What is his name?
Oh, well,
Has he
that
picked out a
reminds
name
me.
yet?
I need to catch you up to speed, guys. Pip walked in on Cassius cutting up a half-orc for food.
Our Cassius.
Our Cassius.
It was one of the yard workers.
Oh,
Is he still alive?
It turns out that Cassius was possessed by the Lord Silverheart, the vampire elf that owned the manor previously.
troubles upon troubles.
Did you
Trying
kill him?
to. Well, I believe I almost did, but unfortunately he.
Wait,
I almost killed him. It was an accident, though.
No, Cassius. He's talking about.
Lord Silverheart.
Oh,
The
Lord.
ghost.
Lord Silverheart.
Yes. So we still have.
Cassius is still okay.
I was actually asking about Cassius.
Cassius is okay. Pip is okay too. He got possessed as well.
Brad.
Right. So,
But
another issue to deal with.
there was an issue in the conflict between me, Lord Silverheart. He stuck his hand inside my chest at one point, and now I just feel more. I feel weaker. Like I don't feel as vitalitous, if that's a word.
That is not a word.
I don't
It
feel
could
like
be.
I have so much vitality in my life, in my being.
you lost some
Good
of your
with big
color.
words, okay?
You've lost some of your color.
I mean, obviously, you've lost some of your vigor if you're saying vitalitas.
They just need some sleep.
Meow.
It's all right.
I think you need some sleep, Aizen.
No one ever
That'd
let
be
me go over to that
nice.
part of
I'm
town.
very
Yeah, it's a nice club.
I'll have to
It's kind
bring
of
my
exclusive.
extra dagger with me, just in case.
What time is it outside?
It
It was dark, wasn't it?
Well, no, it was probably
Afternoon. It was afternoon.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll say it'll be getting dark soon.
That's
Good
perfect
time to
clubbing
go
time.
clubbing.
Yeah, very nice.
Perfect.
Could we take a... Excuse me, ladies.
Yes.
Mind if we rest here for a little bit?
Granny Beulah looks at Aizen and says, "Do you want to rest here?"
Aizen will be quite fond of it. Yes, I'm quite sure.
Miss Beulah, I'm sorry, but I will decline your offer that you mentioned earlier. I have someone at home waiting for me.
No, he doesn't.
Shut up, cat.
All right.
I will neuter you.
So, would you like to just head back to the manor and walk back to the manor, take a short rest?
I was going to say rest here.
Okay.
I can rest here.
Just a short rest or a long
Yeah,
rest?
just a short rest.
I need.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Let's let it get a little darker. I
yeah,
can
we
get
had
Izzy
we
back.
had a tea
Can we?
break.
Can we wait? Can we take about a 4-hour rest?
So you want to go that? You want to go that night party? Where things get real crazy.
Bump.
Yeah, man.
My connection with Stavros is
1 or 2 a.m.
very dwindling at this point, and I just feel as
You ain't getting no spell slots.
basically that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so crude a term, yes.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, that's basically what I'm saying.
Well, if we need 4 hours, surely it would be time
all I
for the
would
club
need.
to open by then.
That's
Yeah.
all I would need to go into a trance.
Yeah. So, 4 hours then?
4 hours.
Earl
Since-
Grey makes me really tired.
Since you guys are not trancing, is there anything you want to do with your 4 hours?
Ritual cast Find Familiar. I want Izzy back.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Anybody else do it?
I shrink. I
Yes,
would
you
guess.
shrink back to normal halfling size.
Is that a short rest? 4 hours?
No. Well, it's still a short rest because it's not 8 hours.
Yeah.
8 hours is the long rest for anybody except an elf because they can transfer 4 hours.
Because I'm missing some hit
I was
points.
about to say, I recently learned to find familiar, so I will cast that now.
Oh, you're
I've never had the time to do it until
so
now.
you're getting a new familiar.
I don't have a familiar.
Yeah, so if you
getting
cast Find Familiar,
a
you're
new
getting a new...
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Yay.
what is
So-
it going to be?
Izzy's very happy.
Why? Is it because he's gonna have a buddy?
No, because he's live.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about Hawthorne?
I'm gonna use some hit dice.
Okay.
Heal up a little bit.
Just like not touch anything or like you're going to look around or
No, I'll find a comfy place. Kind of.
just rest.
Yeah, just
okay.
rest.
Yeah, you guys can spend hit dice.
What happens to my health?
When you take a long rest, your health maximum goes back
Okay.
to normal.
Okay.
What was my maximum?
It was 58 according to your
Okay. We'll go.
card here.
You can take a long rest.
I did.
Indeed.
Can you hand me another water?
I'm a doodle.
Oh,
I
okay.
got 4 hours.
So then Lilith, tell me, what kind of familiar do you find? What do you summon?
A raven.
A raven? Okay.
Yeah, I like ravens. Very witchy.
Or a black cat.
Eh,
Or a
maybe-
toad.
A wyvern.
yeah, baby wyvern.
Yeah, you've already got a baby here waiting for you. It might eat your raven.
But that doesn't have wings, so he'll be flying around.
You can probably catch it. Anyway,
It'd be like a cat catching a bird. Just
as you guys are doing all this, they're kind of the hags are all kind of coaching this guy, this zombie golem guy, and they'll also tell you, in our culture, names have power. For the Fae, names are very important. We did not come by these names easily, so we did not name our child. We thought he would earn a name, so we will leave it up to you. Or up to him.
That seems like a valid choice. You're allowed to that as the mothers, I suppose.
Leo, Oliver, and Isaac seem to be very trendy names.
Baby names? Are you looking up baby names for 2016?
Realize I'm 106
I mean, he's only
years
15
old.
years old now.
I was about to say, what ethnicity does he look the most like?
He looks... He's such a blend of different parts. It's like they were trying to make something kind of Eladrin looking. This very androgynous looking, but beautiful, lithe, kind of, wiry, muscled, like, figure.
Does he have knife ears?
Yeah, he's got, like, kind of elven ears.
Okay.
But those are sewn on. So
He's got one elf ear and one regular human ear.
Is there a name that we could call you temporarily?
he'll look around and say, Lamp? I like Lamp.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
I love Lamp.
Lamb. I love lamb.
How about Earl?
Oh, that's even better.
Gray.
I like it.
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey, you can now sponsor us, Earl Grey.
So now he's wearing like these very fashionable looking clothes. He's got like a kind of brocade waistcoat, and he's got an overcoat. He's got a cravat. He looks very styling for the time, for this area. You know what I mean? I don't know what Acadian style's like. I haven't gotten that obsessive yet, but it's...
As we're resting, I'm going to be tinkering a little bit with my tools, and working on some different infusions. I'm going to just be working on a cape.
Okay.
Yep.
What's it do?
And as we finish our long rest, I have infused a cape of billowing.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
For our clubbing.
Yes. Cool. So it gets dark, and then basically you guys are ready to go, I take it?
We're all dudded up.
Yeah. As nice as you can look. Still just for
Oh, I totally spent the other 3 hours just grooming.
yeah. All right. So then, Cloud, how do you feel about doing this? I just want to ask. Take a moment. You're going back to see your family.
I mean, I've not heard anybody I recognize as my family yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just
When you were exiled, what was the state of your family? Brothers, sisters, parents?
Parents, one brother, but he died.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, we won't talk about that.
Okay.
They probably would not be happy to see me.
Okay. I see where this is going. So you kind of left on bad terms with everyone, even your family.
More or less.
Yeah, okay.
Or they were willing to, where they had put up with my condition for a while. That was kind of the straw that broke the proverbial cat's back, possibly literally.
Yeah, okay.
Does Cloud seem nervous about what we're about to do?
Yeah, his hackles are up a little bit.
Yeah. And he keeps trying to groom himself and like get his fur down, and he keeps standing back up, and he's like, yeah.
You're going to rub yourself raw, though. Or lick yourself raw.
I'm just going to look and then go right back to it.
Okay. So, good. We ready?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Would it look weird with me having my
For the
hood up
record,
or
I
down?
didn't have one eye at the time, so.
Oh, okay. But what, Pip?
Oh, I said, would it look weird if I had my hood up or down?
Mine's definitely up. Go with it.
All right, up.
You got a hood too?
What's up?
On my billowing cape.
Yeah.
It's a billowing hood too, I guess.
Hat's still on.
So everybody's got their hats and hoods and everything up?
Do you have a hat?
Or a hood. Or a helmet.
No.
Oh.
Sad day.
Earl Grey has a fedora.
Does it have a feather?
It does. But it works. You don't know how, but it just works.
Does he do the whole...
Man,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, he just like goes to take his hat off, and it just like kind of tumbles down his arm, and he like accidentally puts it back on his head, and he's like, "Whoa, did you see that?"
I hope Isabella doesn't come back for a while.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So you guys are ready to go. You head through basically the district to the Cat's Meow.
Yeah.
To the club.
It's our entourage.
Yeah. And it's a deceptively large building. It looks like it's from the outside 2 stories. And it is detached from all the other buildings around it. And there is kind of a small fence that goes all the way around the building. And there is out front a line that kind of stretches out the fence and around the corner, where you can see lots of people gathered to get in here. And there are a couple of bouncers standing at the door. These large tabaxi gentlemen in these like very, very sharp looking suits. They're not like fancy, but they're well made, and they both have these scowls on their faces, and they're just like waiting. Occasionally when somebody leaves, they'll let somebody in. You know, typical club stuff.
Maybe we shouldn't have waited 4 hours.
Yeah, and like every time the door opens, you can hear music coming from the club, and it sounds very lively and upbeat. It's like it sounds, if you stand there and listen, like they have a big, like a swing band, like a big orchestra, not like an orchestra. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. How did I just blank on this?
Swing band is good.
It's kind of like jazzy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like jazzy or like calypso almost. Like it's very
magical
funky.
strobe lights in there.
No.
Dancing lights.
So
Are there dancing
I'm going to
lights?
go up. Is there a clear path to the bouncer, or do you have to like go through the line?
You could get up there, but everybody is kind of behaving themselves and standing in line and just waiting.
I'm going to go up to the bouncer.
Okay. So you walk up to this guy, and he is really tall. He's taller than you. He's like 6'6", and very broad-shouldered. And he says, "Hey, what do you want? There's a line. Don't you see it?"
Hey, yeah, I got business with 5 chains.
He looks around and he says, "What are you saying the name out in public for?"
Uh-oh.
I'm waiting in line, by the way.
I'm going to walk up. I'm going to push past Cloud. I'm going to put my hand on the bouncer's shoulder. It's like, if you let us in, I can show you a good time.
Oh, boy. What?
Now he's seducing a cat.
Where is this going?
I mean, I was
Okay.
just going to 100% and go, "Oh, my apologies, sir, but please, if you could just show him to us and suggestion."
Oh, okay. So,
With all of that happening.
okay. Hold on. Aizen, are you actually doing
Yes.
this? Okay, you're doing this basically at the same time as...
There's two
Okay, actually, if he was going to be doing that, yeah, I'm just going to be like,
there's 2 bouncers.
Yeah, there are 2 bouncers. Are you going to talk to the same bouncer as him? Or
No,
a
just
different one?
the more the merrier.
No, I'm going up to the other one.
Okay.
He's not talking to
All right.
We'll resolve these things one at a time then. So, Cloud, that's a wisdom saving throw,
yes,
right?
it is.
All right. Rad. This is going to be the first roll on my new D20 from my sister-in-law
Oh,
for my birthday.
why
Thank
don't
you.
you use the other ones? They always roll good at the start.
I know, Mary, you don't listen to this, but thank you anyway. That is bad. That's a 4.
Yeah, that fails.
Yeah.
Thinking about people that listen to your sister doesn't listen to this, Nathan, does she?
Not yet.
Okay.
She might start.
Okay.
So, what was the suggestion?
The suggestion was, "Oh, my apologies, sir, but, if you could please take us to him."
He'll say, see what I can do. Wait here. And then he'll go over to the other bouncer who Aizen's currently talking to. Aizen, make a persuasion check for me. Is Earl with you, would you say?
Yes.
Make it an advantage.
He's going to need all the help he can get.
You say persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. He'll look at you and Earl and like, you can't see that he's blushing because he's got all the fur, but he looks like kind of taken aback. And he says, "Well, I'm working right now, but maybe I get off soon. I don't know." He's like very flustered. He's like, "I don't normally get this kind of attention."
I'll lean in.
Uh-huh.
It'll be worth your while.
And that's the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, Pip and Hawthorne are at the back of the line. Like, what's happening up there?
I'm just standing in the street watching this. I'm crying.
I'm the one seducing. You're a
You're expecting.
succubus.
At that point, the other bouncer comes over to him and says something in his ear.
I was about to say I have standards.
And he says, well, he's going in. I got to stay here right now, but, just give me some time.
Okay. You know where to find me, and I walk in.
He doesn't stop you. The two of you just walk in. And when the two of you walk in, you're practically behind this other bouncer, but he doesn't notice. When you walk into this club, immediately super loud because of the band. And you can see it's built... There's obviously a second floor above where you are, but it is also built into the ground, almost like Coliseum seating. But the big tiers are wide enough to accommodate tables and chairs. So there's like 3 different tiers, and then there's a bottom floor with some more seating, and then a large dance floor where you can see people are dancing. And then behind that, on the far end, there is a stage that has the seating for the band. There's like, brass and woodwinds and drums and lutes and all kinds of stuff. People playing like crazy. And there is
wants to be.
Yeah. Yes. Everybody. Oh man. Vera loves that movie. Yeah. But they're all playing their hearts out. And there is on the stage, kind of dancing, a woman who actually does not look tabaxi. And she's just kind of dancing the music and just added entertainment. And from here, that's like your general first impression. And it's kind of dimly lit. You can see people sitting at tables drinking, eating kind of, light food, talking. There's waitresses and waiters walking around. I'm
going to slip into the crowd.
Okay.
And get as close to the dance floor as I can get.
Okay. You won't have to make any kind of check for that. It's just a busy club. You can, get in there. You're not really suspicious. And there's a blend of people. There's a lot of tabaxi, but there's also, other patrons who are of all the other races. So you don't stick out or anything. Unless, you were wearing armor, and you didn't say that you were wearing anything.
I was waiting for you.
So you kind of get some weird looks, but nobody stops you. What's your goal here?
I'm just observing.
Okay.
Seeing if I see anything suspicious. You said the girl nodded to backseat.
Yeah, when you get closer, she looks very much like Eladrin. She has this long, curly auburn hair and these kind of swirling patterns on her body that you immediately recognize, from yourself. Mm-hmm. And she's just dancing and has this, smile on her face. And every time she looks out at the crowd, you can see she like makes eye contact with people and they kind of like melt. But yeah.
Will she ever make eye contact with me?
As you're staring at her, eventually, yeah, she does. And when she does, she kind of stops for a second and looks at you, but only for a split second, and then keeps dancing.
Okay.
That's your end.
I'm gonna walk up to her.
Oh no, she's up on the stage.
Oh, okay.
Get up on the stage and dance.
I'm gonna
you jump up on the stage. No,
I'm gonna move my way to the stage. Not necessarily like right in front of her, but kind of just a little bit to the side, kind of leaning against it.
Okay,
at a corner.
All right. So the music continues, and then eventually there's a break. And she stops dancing. The band kind of, takes a break. They're drinking water, tuning, whatever. She walks off stage. And then all the dancers stop. People are just laughing, talking, drinking. And then you get a tap on your shoulder, Aizen. And a tabaxi, male, female, you can't really tell from the glance in the dark, but they hand you a slip of paper and then walk off.
Okay. I open it, I guess.
And it says, "Meet me backstage."
All right.
And that's where we'll end. But yeah, I think that's where we'll end. Because there's a bunch of stuff that's going to happen now. And you're all split up again. So that ended well last time, right?
Split up from everybody. I'm still in the street. I'm still blown back by his flirtations of the bouncer.
You're like,
I got it.
You're like, oh man, I thought I was good. Yeah. Anyway, Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun episode. We're getting somewhere with this whole Feywild thing, maybe. See where this is leading.
Hey, you know.
Yeah, you know.
It's like
Only one of us is allowed to have a bad New Jersey accent.
Well, two of us, I guess. I don't know. Do I count as multiple people? Because I keep doing it. It's slightly different. Anyway. Be sure to check out our Instagram. On our link tree there, you can find where all of our other places you can listen to the podcast. You can find an invite to our Discord server where you can come talk to us and a bunch of other fans. Find a link to our Patreon. If you love what we do, you could consider supporting us on there. We also...
Please.
We're not that desperate, but yes, please.
Check out Found Familiar
Yes.
Coffee.
Oh, check out our affiliate, Found Familiar Coffee. They have wonderful D&D themed coffee. It's fantastic. If you go to their website, foundfamiliar.com, and enter the coupon code CharismaCheck, all one word, you'll get 10% off your entire order. And if there's any other new business, anybody got anything? We good? Okay. Well, we'll see you guys next Wednesday.
Bye.